right, here we go. Still at another gear. Holy moly. Hi guys, welcome back to Typo's Garage. I am on something new today. If you guys have been following along, and I mentioned in the last video that I did get a lead on another bike and I was hopefully going to pick it up by the end of the month, and here it is. We're going to do a little ride where I tested it, or around town, and then maybe highway speeds. We're not going to do any off-roading today. This is a 2016 Husqvarna 701 Enduro. So I'm going to get out to Sunset Crater, where I did the review on that KLR. If you haven't watched that video, check that one out. I borrowed my buddy's KLR that had the 685 kit. It's a cool bike. He no longer has it, and he now has a 690 KTM. Part of the reason I bought this. But once we get out there, I'll do some B-roll, show you the bike, and go over some specs on it. I have ridden one of these before in the form of the KTM, but it also was, if you look back at my old videos, it was a Supermoto setup, and a little different. This one's got off-road tires, and I'm really curious to see how it does off-road. I have heard it's great. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. Why not? Man, just first impressions, and I should have started off with, this is the first time I'm riding this bike on the road. I took it up and down in a neighborhood with no helmet on, so I only did maybe 10-15 miles an hour. This is you guys are seeing the first ride at the same time I am. So first impressions, it is really punchy, but it's super smooth. Like, the power is pretty linear. Like, it's just amazing. The 6-speed transmission on this, which I'll go over in a little bit here, is amazing too, because I don't know if you watched the video where I'm on the WR on the road, and it's just screaming when you get to like 50, 60 mile an hour, and hence why I bought this. That bike is going to be great for single track and just trail riding, and sometimes riding across town. Nothing crazy. This bike is bigger fuel tank. I'm spoiling too many of the things right now, so I'm just gonna ride, and hopefully we can open it up here in a second and see what kind of power we got. So this is actually the shortest distance I've had to go to pick up a bike in a very long time. I picked this bike up not even 3 miles from my house. It was amazing, which is, you know, I've had to go to Phoenix, which is 2 hours, or drive for parts to Prescott, which is an hour and a half, and you know, it's amazing to just be in town. And I got it for a pretty good deal and pretty low miles. I don't see a fuel gauge on it, which I wish I had that. Brakes work good. I did notice that the brake fluid is very dark. So that'll be something we'll have to change on this, and it looks a little low. But the guy that I bought it from is a friend of mine. He has a bigger BMW that he just didn't ride this anymore. But he had this bike maintained at a place down in Phoenix called Screwy Louie's, and has all the documentation, which is really nice. And oh boy, it did have a huge windscreen on the front of it, like I'm talking like eye level. And I took that off for now until I could find another one, because it was loose. I don't know what the speed limit is here, but don't do it. Don't do it. Alright, we're at 60 mile an hour. So I don't even know what gear I'm in, but wow, okay. Nice. So I've been in 6th gear, okay. So that was the acceleration in 6th gear. Wow, okay. Yeah, this bike is torquey. I mean, it's 700 or 690 cc's single, which is pretty big. It feels very planted. I was on a buddy's, that KLR, and it just felt kind of like all over the place a little bit. It could have been from the big fairing and all the stuff kind of buffering the bike around, but you know, with this wind, I feel pretty solid right now. But it also does have a steering stabilizer, so, and I'll go over that more in a minute here. Sunset Crater National Park. This is where I stopped for the National Monument. This is where I stopped for the KLR review video. We'll cruise back here and take some B-roll, and I'll go over all the specs on the bike. Hopefully the paper is still in my pocket. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, there should be a button in the bottom right for you to subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. We're pushing 4,200 subscribers. It just kind of steadily has been going. Now that I have this bike, I would like to make some more videos. It was very interesting. So I made the videos on the C10. If you haven't seen those and you're interested, I have a 1965 Chevrolet C10 that I'm rebuilding, but they just don't do well. I don't know if it screwed up the algorithm to my channel. I don't know. It's hard to say, but hopefully this bike, you know, keeps the channel moving forward. This opens up a lot of possibilities. Like, my KLR is not, I don't know, trustworthy. I don't know how many miles are on it. I don't know what the health of the engine is, so I don't want to push it. I don't want to get stuck out somewhere. It's not worth a lot of money, so yeah, that looks good there. Oh, dude, I gotta get used to getting off with bags. Holy moly. There's a nice view there. Still some snow up there. Boy, such a good looking bike. Take us a picture and then I'll go over the deets. This is the 2016 Husqvarna 701 Enduro. Right now it had about 7,200 miles when I got it. And the previous owner, like I said, bought another bigger bike, a BMW bike, and doesn't ride this much anymore. He's just looking to give it to someone who's gonna use it and take care of it. So I think I can handle that. So he bought it with the original, from the original owner, which they used it for 900 miles, and then he put the final 6,200, 6,300 miles on it or so. So with in his possession, it was taken care of. It's in killer shape. It could use some cleaning in some certain places. I do see some oil leaking right here, which we had talked about. I'm guessing it is from one of these under this oil filter hole here. So there's probably a seal in here that might need replaced. I'll have to check that out, and then you can see needs some brake fluid. So this bike has about 67 horsepower. So for a power to weight ratio comparatively to the WR that I've been riding, it weighs about 90 pounds more and it is double the horsepower. So power to weight ratio is pretty insane. So it does make it capable off-road and on-road. So you got the horsepower to be on the road, and then horsepower and manageability and torque to, you could probably ride single track with it. It'd be rough, but you know, like BDRs or 2-lane riding, and just pretty much can do whatever. It has a 6-speed transmission, which is really nice for the highway, because all my other bikes had 5-speed, and I just always wish there was another gear, and this has it, and it's got enough get up, you know, out of that gear to change lanes, and you know, and more. So it's a great thing to have. So this has a 3.4 gallon fuel tank. Say the, you know, fuel mileage is about 50. You can get, you know, somewhere around 160 miles, 170 if it's a little better, if you're not romping on it. Just pretty good range. Could be actually more than that, but I'll have to look up the specs on the fuel mileage. The bike comes with these nice Syra handguards. They are solid. It has different pegs, a little bit wider, which feel pretty nice. The riding position is a lot further back than I'm used to. So I'm used to riding up here, so my feet are back a little bit. I wonder if I need to sit more there. I'm not sure. I'll have to see if that is, although, is this bent? No, I'll have to look and see. It does look like it's bent, doesn't it? Okay, we'll have to look into that. It came with these Husqvarna bags that, there's a bug. These bags are, I don't know if you can get them from the dealership, but I'm pretty sure that's where you would order them from. It's got a Vanash Motorsports fuel cap, seat concept seat, which is really comfortable so far. It has a GPR4 steering stabilizer, which I don't know much about. We'll have to look into this and see what the deal is with that. Came with a new rear tire. Other than that though, everything else is pretty much stock. I do have Nelson Riggs bags for this, 2 different sizes. There's a very large one and then there's a small one. So that's really nice. And then comes with obviously that. It came with the skid plate, which is cool. Front tire looks pretty good. It did come with new turn signals because this cap fell off. It still works, but looks like this has like PPE on it or something. The actual light itself fell off. So Pro Taper bars. This does have Brembo slotted brakes, 2-pot slotted brakes front and rear, so this thing will stop. Oh, single pot in the rear, but either way, those are nice brakes. I'm assuming that comes stock. Don't know so much about the suspension in the rear, but it looks to be all adjustable. We got preload set here. Like I said, I'm not messing with anything yet. I just want to ride it. It's so nice to have a turnkey bike, you know. It's been a long time since I could just fire something up and go. So that's gonna be killer for the summer. The seat height comparatively to the WR, the WR has a 38.5-inch seat height. This has a 35.8 seat height, so it's actually a little lower. It's still very hard to get on with these bags because I'm not used to it yet, but interesting. That bike does kind of feel tall. This one feels planted, and the center of gravity feels pretty solid. Like I was saying when we were riding up here, it felt very stable on the road, which is really nice. I'll pull up a picture here, but it came with a windscreen that hooks in here. It was like this tall. Kind of looked ridiculous, but I'm sure it worked amazing. So I have that option to throw on there if and when I do some long riding on roads. So this bike has ride-by-wire throttle, which I've never had before, and feels really interesting. Really smooth power delivery from what I can tell, just riding it the little bit that I have. And also has ABS that you can shut off. He recommended shutting that off when you're riding single track or anything loose, so you don't run into losing power when you don't want to lose power. We'll have to try it out and see. I don't know exactly how to shut it off, but if you have one of these and you have any suggestions or things you've done to it that have improved everything for you, you know, put it in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. I'm super happy with this purchase. Just in this 15-20 mile ride that I just did, it feels super solid, and it's gonna be a great bike to have, hopefully for a very long time. So very excited. So all in all, this bike is probably more capable for the stuff I want to do than the WR is. But I am going to keep the WR because it is a ton of fun. It weighs nothing. And I just want to, let's see if I can get on here with these bags. Okay. Just want to be able to take it on some single track and save this bike for, you know, more chill rides, and then possibly some BDR trips. I have some other buddies have bikes like this that want to do that kind of stuff, so hopefully we get that in the works coming soon. So I'm gonna just test a little bit of the acceleration once we get back onto the highway. Kind of the same thing I did with the KLR. Kind of let her eat and just kind of see the difference in the bikes that I have. I know it's gonna be crazy, but yeah. So let's go do that. Runs so smooth. It's not very loud. I don't know if I want to get a pipe for it or not. At least not right now. Just roll with it. Wow. It's amazing. Let's see what she can do. And I'll kind of keep this down so you can watch the speedo. All right, here we go. Another gear. Holy moly. Wow, so the steering stabilizer, I don't know if you can see this, like I have one hand on the throttle right now, like going over bumps. It's kind of doing this, but it's, wow, that is nice. Never had that on any of my bikes. Alright guys, it's pretty windy. I really appreciate you if you're still here watching this video. Hope you're excited about the bike as much as I am, and hope you guys watch the future videos coming out on this. It's going to be some exciting stuff. I'm already in love with this bike, I can tell. It's a fun bike. It's capable of so many things. Once again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit the button in the bottom right, and you won't miss any of these videos coming out on this. Other than that, appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.